you sick of seeing me in this chair? I am. You know me. You know me. Hi everybody, it's PJ and I'm going to New Jersey. Yeah, going back up. Tim's going to drive me though, because I was going to drive myself, but I think it's too far. So, first night of the Democratic Republican, what the fuck? Democratic convention, and oh my God, do you love Bernie? I love him so much. And Elizabeth Warren, oh my God. Oh, what about Booker? Oh my God. Like, I loved one guy after the other. I love Booker was on to this morning. And, you know, I'm ruthless on Twitter to Trump. Like, I say shit that I wouldn't say to anyone to Trump. Like, because people don't get it. They don't understand. People think that, you know, he's, okay, for instance, people think that because he says that he alone funded his campaign. What they don't understand is no, he didn't. What he did was he got very high interest loans against his businesses. Then now here's the thing, had he not made it in as their nominee, he would not have gotten that money back. So he did take a chance, a gamble on himself. But because he did, he gets to now take all the money they're giving him and pay back these high interest loans with like the people sending in $5 and $10. So he got very wealthy because he set the loan at high interest. So he got very wealthy on running for president. He just won. And if he hadn't won, he would just claim bankruptcy, forfeited on the loans, as he does all the time, and walked away. Either way, he won. He knew this was also to create money for himself, because that's what he does. He creates money for himself. He don't give a shit about the people. Oh my God, these idiots think that they're really getting somebody who cares about them. Wow. And then he uses this fear tactic. It's really crazy that people believe this, that like the streets are wild, run. And like, it's just not true. Even in places like Baltimore, where like the Freddie Gray people are getting away with murder, there's still like, it's not like what he says. You know, they were asking Newt Gingrich, they were saying like, well, the crime rate's really down. What about all the key points in Trump's speech that were lies? And Newt Gingrich was like, well, the Democrats have a certain set of statistics that aren't real. And the woman who was interviewing him said, no, those are statistics from the FBI reporting, which is run by a Republican. And he was like, well, it doesn't matter because people feel unsafe. And she's like, well, they might feel unsafe, but the truth is, you know, crime rates have dropped significantly in the 8 years of Obama. And he's like, well, yes, but that's not how people feel. And she's like, but that's the fact. And he's like, well, facts or feelings? I'd rather have feelings going into an election, not facts. And I'm like, what did he just say? And that's Trump's minions, these minions. It's just crazy. But anyway, so I watched the Democratic convention last night, and I love Bernie. I love Warren. You know, I would have voted Bernie, but once I recognized that he wasn't going to be able to get in, and regardless of how, I know about the letters and all that shit, and a bunch of zealous fuckers at the Democratic Party wanted Hillary in. You know, luckily Hillary didn't have, that I've seen so far, Hillary wasn't a party to these letters. I don't think she would have done that. But anyway, you know, it's not the first time that people get too zealous. You got musky letters and all that back in the day. Remember that shit? Which led to Watergate. But thank God this is short of Watergate. But, I mean, there's no comparison. But still, it does show that there's like underhanded stuff. Let's just win because she's right. And she is. And he's wrong. And he is. Do you really, like I said to him on Twitter, do you really want like your grandkids to look at what you wrote on Twitter about the disabled? Did you see that disabled girl? Oh, I loved her so. She was so good. And it was so funny, like not funny, haha, funny, crazy, that they put that, the rant about Trump just making fun of that disabled reporter. He's like, oh, do you really want this guy? Like, what an evil fuck, man. Like, fucking with our disabled people. Like, what? So, I mean, I can't stand him. And y'all know that. Y'all know that. Yeah, I can't stand him. And I think that he's so bad for our country as a whole that, you know, we can't. And he's like way into Putin. What the fuck is that about? Putin's like evil as shit. So, like, he won't do that. He won't he won't jump on board with certain people. And I think he's meeting the Koch brothers today. Like, you want to talk about minions. Like, again, the wealthiest people in the world, you know? But Koch brothers are quite the Nazis. So here we go again, man. Like, he is just bringing out the best in America. Yeah, and it was funny. He tweeted on there. Oh, shoot. He tweeted last night while the convention's going on, what a boring convention. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You had Chachi. Chachi? Yeah, Chachi and the Duck Dynasty brothers. And she had, I don't know, Paul Simon. And she had Boys to Men, and she had like all these, like, I'm like, how do you compare these two? Duck Dynasty hunters or whatever they are. Oh no, they made duck decoys with long beards. They look like ZZ Top, and they're so right wing. So you've got them and Chachi from Happy Days. So I think I'm sorry, you had, what did I say? It was funny. I try to be funny. It was like, Boys to Men or Happy Days. Yeah, we had Hootin' Happy Days, DAZE, Republican National Convention. Woo! Look at that. I know, I'm a little mean. I can't help it. I just hate him. And I know I'm not supposed to do that. Like, you're supposed to kill him with love. Oh, my God. And that's like, what's his name? Booker last night, or this morning, was saying that. He's like, I don't hate Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump. He's like, I'm going to love him. I don't want him for my president, but I love him. I want good for his family. He's such a good guy. I wish he ran. I love Booker. Oh, I love Booker. How about Michelle Obama's speech? Oh, my God. She is so elegant and classy. Everything that exudes from her is like something to absolutely be so proud that she was and is still our first lady. What a first lady. Like, what a great first lady. Her speech was amazing. And just her way, it's all about our future and our children. She's a mom. She's like a mom first, you know? And that's what you're supposed to be. You can be anybody. We got to be a mom first if you're a mom. So, really liked her. Anyway, so that's my wrap-up. Yep, there were crazy emails that they found that people were like trying to hurt Bernie, which I love Bernie, to ensure that Hillary got the nomination. Hopefully, because Bernie got reform, on that kind of polling and whatnot. That's what he wrote up. And Bernie got a lot of things that he wanted because he, like, gave it up for her. Like, well, I mean, he could have fought her. He still could fight her. But, you know, everybody knows it's going to be Trump and Hillary. So let's get on board and stop the fucking around, because we got a bigger fight ahead with Trump. I mean, he's relentless and evil and must not be our highest person, our highest position in our country, because he does not represent the bulk of our country. So everybody has to get out and vote. Vote, 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 vote. And make sure that Trump doesn't get in. And so that's my wrap up for the Democrat first day. Oh my God, it was so good. It was really good. Like, a lot of good speakers, a lot of good music. They had the Philadelphia Choir come out. They had just so many great, amazing minds come out and speak. And Michelle Obama, probably the best speech of the night. And Bernie, we love you, and you know that after last night, because they wouldn't stop cheering for you, Bernie. Love you, Bernie. He's like, you wish he could be president, but even when you want him to be president, there's a little party that knows it's probably not going to happen, because he's just so left wing, and there's like not a lot of meat in the middle with him. But that's a good thing. Like, he has started a revolution, and he needs to continue that, because the more he pushes for that, the more open these elections will be, and the more issues that he came and brought to the table will be talked about and dealt with, because he does have a backing of people behind him. And so I think it was like hugely important. And I gotta go drive to the office and then get driven to New Jersey. I'll talk to you later. Bye.